If you don't know by now, I love classical music, and more so, I love it when modern games and audio take something that I know and turn it into something new. Much is the case here with Ascending Live Imperia OST, and I'm really excited to listen to this with you. All right, for those of you that aren't informed, this is the Moonlight Sonata. In fact, this is movement number 1 of Beethoven's Piano Sonata number 14, the Moonlight Sonata. It was completed in 1801 and dedicated in 1802 to his pupil, Countess Giulietta Guicciardi. There are 3 movements to this, and it of course is one of Beethoven's most famous piano works. So let's talk a little bit about this, huh? I don't know too much about Liv. I'm only in the first chapter of PGR, fighting the graffiti robot, but the thing we understand is that she is dedicated, committed, and loyal. And in this particular version of Liv, I see her with this angelic radiance about her. There is this holy aspect that comes across, and you hear that in a couple different ways. You hear it in the piano, of course. You hear it in this sort of slow plodding rhythm, and you feel it with that sort of angelic choir that we are revealed to right away. And what's interesting here is that this is a very slow, under the current, under the surface kind of track. It's not bombastic, it's not epic. It's very introspective and introverted, which is a very good thing to describe this sort of angelic quality that Liv has in this particular section of the game. Let's keep listening. That's peak stuff right there. And what's crazy about that is that actually, if you look at the layering, you have organ, you have singer, you have piano, you have orchestra, and then we shift into this section with this very intense beat. And what's awesome about this is that it's not oppressive, it's not aggressive, it's really determined and focused. And there's an energy about this that's like Liv is saying, listen, I've had to change the way I view things, and I have to ascend and change my perspective and follow through on something new because I don't have anywhere to turn, and this is what needs to happen. You know, usually when characters go through a transformation, not only do we see it visually, but we also see it musically and obviously, of course, in the dialogue. And so if we understand that video game music is always programmatic, video game music is always there to help us in aiding and telling a story, you sort of hear, you know, that's a really interesting thing. And I think that that movement there, there is an ascension and there's a rising up, and it actually makes me think of those, those sort of Valkyrie wings, this angel angelic wings that Liv has adorned herself with. She looks like a bit of a healer, and there's a quality of protection, like I've got you, that is really coming across in the music. Now, the Moonlight Sonata aspect to me is really interesting because the Moonlight Sonata, as we know it, is a very broody piece. And I also think about the way that, how punishing virus works and all these sorts of things. And it makes me wonder if perhaps that there is a moment that is occurring in the game that is incredibly serious, which all of it is, and Liv needs to step up to that challenge. And so the Moonlight Sonata is death, decay, destruction, but then Liv is everything around it. And there's a real classical element here that is just beautiful. I remember I heard this on the PGR live stream, and I ascended because it's called ascending, but I ascended because it's just unbelievable that we're still to this day using music that came out literally 1801 to still emphasize emotion and a point. And it's also cool that you should know that Beethoven didn't write this to tell a story necessarily, but having it be repurposed for the sake of telling a story is magically wonderful. So let's keep listening. So that symbolizes death. I mean, that's that meter that you get at the hospital when they're checking someone's vitals and you're wearing the blood pressure cuff and it's monitoring heart rate and blood pressure. It's incredible when something that would be ambient is then used as a musical gesture and part of a musical phrase. It's so fun. This is such a 2023 piece of music to be listening to. It's so cool. So of course that is that, and it's funny how beep 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 yada yada. Listen to how it syncs up with the piano. And then that violin comes in. And interestingly enough, it does end on a sort of positive note where there's some sort of calm, especially there's a bittersweet resolution there, which is really powerful. Yeah, I love PGR. I'm really excited for it to fully come to the PC. I do play it on my phone, but yeah, like I have fat thumbs, so it'll be great to play it on the PC. I love when we take something that's contemporary and include it with something that's old and traditional and merge the two together and create stunning remixes like this that remind us of where we've come and also where we're headed. So if you like PGR, if you like other video games, feel free to check out the rest of the channel. Feel free to like, subscribe. There's links in the about section if you want to support the channel. And thanks a ton. I'll see you later. Bye.